There's a specific kind of silence you only find in a subway station at 4 in the morning. It's not actually silent. It's a heavy metallic vibration, the city breathing through its nose. I was sitting on a chipped wooden bench waiting for the 4:02 local. My breath was blooming in front of me like small white ghosts. Across the tracks, under one flickering fluorescent light, stood a man in a yellow raincoat. Now it hadn't rained in 3 weeks. He didn't have a bag. He didn't have a phone. He just stood there, staring at the dark tunnel where the train was supposed to emerge. Every few seconds he'd check his left wrist, but he wasn't wearing a watch. I started doing that thing we all do when we're alone with a stranger. I started inventing his life. Maybe he was a night shift dock worker. Maybe he was an eccentric poet. Or maybe, I thought, feeling a sudden chill, he was waiting for me. The tracks began to hum. That low, belly-deep groan that means tons of steel are screaming toward you. The man in the raincoat stepped closer to the yellow line. He looked across the tracks. For the first time, his eyes met mine. He didn't look angry. He looked relieved. He raised a hand and pointed directly at the bench where I was sitting. I looked down. On the bench, right next to my leg, was a silver briefcase I hadn't noticed when I sat down. It was battered, covered in stickers from cities I'd never heard of. The train roared into the station, a blur of silver and light, cutting off my view of the man. The doors hissed open. I looked at the briefcase, then at the train, then back at the briefcase. My heart was a hammer against my ribs. I grabbed the handle. It was heavy, ice cold, and I stepped onto the car just as the doors chimed to close. I sat down and exhaled, clutching the case to my chest. I looked out the window as we pulled away, hoping to see the man in the yellow raincoat one last time. The platform was empty, but as we passed the flickering light, I saw something else. I wasn't looking at the man. I was looking at the bench I had just left. And sitting there, looking confused and holding a coffee cup, was me. The train sped up, diving into the dark. I looked down at my hands. I was wearing a yellow raincoat.